filmed at 1009 Kingston Road in Toronto.
And it's funny because I thought we were done and I was actually planning on being done until things got like completely out of hand. Russell Simmons.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, but so what? So what about Russell Simmons though? Seriously, what about Harvey Weinstein? Let's focus on the matter at hand here.
No, nobody's
Let's
talking about
focus
it,
on
man.
Harvey Weinstein. Russell Simmons only what? 5 women? That's it?
Who? Russell
Come on.
Simmons?
It was
Russell
5.
Simmons is up to 11 women, you guys. It's not 5
How
women.
many does Weinstein have? Let's talk about
I'm
Weinstein.
not sure about Weinstein.
Yeah,
but
see, they're not talking about Weinstein. And Weinstein still has a platform to talk and defend. I haven't even seen Weinstein on TV trying to defend it. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't said a word. Well, I haven't heard anything. But Russell Simmons is on TV every 2 seconds. Why is that? Why? Why are they focusing on Russell Simmons further?
That's crazy.
All of a sudden, it's about Russell Simmons now? Get out of here.
Can you imagine?
It's about Harvey Weinstein.
I didn't want to skip over Russell Simmons, but did you guys hear that Tavis Smiley was also accused?
No.
Okay, but understand with Tavis Smiley now, we know this is somebody who's got a good reputation, right? This is somebody we trust. Tavis was on Facebook Live first thing. He said unequivocally, no, listen to this. He said unequivocally, there is no way. In fact, he found out through somebody else that PBS was doing a bit of a witch hunt. They were calling people up and being like, has Tavis ever, asking 2 questions, have you ever felt uncomfortable around Tavis?
No, not higher, just like...
Wow.
And
less
do you know anybody else that's worked with him? Those are the 2 questions,
more skin if that's possible.
right? They didn't tell him.
See?
And this is after, so they build up a case. They won't tell him who the actual accusers are.
What?
They won't tell him who the actual accusers are, and he's planning on fighting this thing. Russell Simmons as well has taken a lie detector test. He was on TMZ taking a lie detector test.
What the hell?
Yeah, this is how far. This is how far and how desperate.
Why would he
Because
do
they're
that
putting
for?
pressure on the guy, man. He's getting pressured.
What is he trying to prove by doing that, though? That he's innocent? Well, I mean, the thing is, don't try to overdo it. It's gonna,
11
Don't
women.
overdo it, right?
don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. It's gonna backfire big time.
Huh.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
now
Who's
it
advising him? Who's advising Russell Simmons? If I was Russell Simmons, whatever, say your piece. It happened in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, how many women are saying about Donald Trump?
3 just stepped forward yesterday.
Isn't it up to like 20? Yeah.
19.
19. Way more than Russell Simmons.
Come on.
Way more. But Russell Simmons.
He's gonna say it's all the system is rigged, guys. The system
Okay.
is rigged
Yeah,
for us.
fake news.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
fake
for
news.
sure.
That's all you have to say.
That's what Trump is going to say.
Yeah,
Of
Easily.
course.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what-
with
yeah, I got you
Russell,
right now.
and this is what's interesting, because this brings us back to our conversation about what we're actually labeling as sexual assault and sexual harassment.
Right.
His whole aura, from what I'm getting, is just overly sexualized. He's making too many, like, just jokes that are tasteless, right? He owns, for instance, this this yoga center. Former employees were saying that, you know, everybody was just sexualized. This
What does
one
that
woman,
mean?
I guess that means he was always flirting. So what some people are thinking is, oh, I'm just a charming guy, I'm just a flirty guy. It's actually coming off as like, no, you're a creep. And like a sexual...
Since when though? But since when? Since when? Since Weinstein came? Since he came out of the closet? That's why all of a sudden now, oh, well, I was at Russell Simmons' yoga studio and he looked at me funny. It's because of Weinstein thing. All of a sudden now it's a trend. Again, with Hollywood. It's a trend.
Okay.
Sorry, not just Hollywood, America.
No, it's okay. Let me just break down the offenses. A masseuse said he pulled out his penis.
What kind of yoga move is that?
Really?
Come on. That was a happy
A
ending.
masseuse. And this is it. No,
that. Worst yoga class I've ever been to.
No, the responses are the best.
in the room is the python.
This is it. He was like, through his lawyer, he said he was just kidding when he asked, is there gonna be a happy ending?
I believe him. I believe him. I believe him. Why is he gonna lie? Why is Russell Simmons gonna lie about that?
Okay, then there were some other situations where it got a little bit more serious and he flat out, like the women are saying he flat out raped them.
Rape?
Yeah,
Really?
this one girl that he managed.
Did she go to the police after?
No.
Come on.
He's a pretty powerful.
Yeah.
He's a pretty powerful man.
He's a very powerful
Yeah,
man.
exactly. So that's why they're attacking these guys, eh? I'm sure they're trying to dig up something on Denzel Washington too, because he's a pretty prominent. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a really good actor, and he's done well for himself, right? Yeah, destroy our heroes. Destroy them. Sure.
I know. Now we can't even watch the Cosby Show because you're gonna be like, oh, I know, I grew up on that show. I used to live up to this guy, man.
I know. Oh my God. Okay, so this is the part that blew my mind. All right, so the whole Weinstein, kind of just all the victims coming out. It actually started a hashtag called Me Too. Have you guys heard of that?
Oh my God.
It's the Me Too hashtag. The Me Too movement.
Yeah.
So they're being like, you know,
Me too.
women, yeah.
I've been assaulted
Me
by
too.
a woman, and that's a fact.
Russell Simmons,
Right.
in response, for his case, started the "Not me"
Oh, did he? He started a "Not Me" campaign.
hashtag. Not me.
man, that's
Yeah. You're playing with fire.
He's playing with fire right now. He's gotta stay away from it. Why? What? He's gotta stay away from this. Right. I mean, don't see. What's his right? What does he have to say? I mean, he's not coming up with it because he got caught. That's all there is. Why not?
Not me.
What happened to the Black Lives Matter? They're not even talking about that no more? Talking about rape and they're destroying the Black Lives Matter right now, right?
Officially.
Like, is anybody, like, first Michael Jackson? Like, you know, I don't know. They force us to believe that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. They mess with little kids, which I never truly believed. Now they're saying Bill Cosby. Like, leave Bill Cosby alone. The thing happened like, what, 60 years ago?
Say that? Really? You deliberately put cameras?
all over my pharmacy. Yeah.
For what reason? Sorry if you don't mind just restating.
Well, because like sexual abuse cases in the College of Pharmacy are rampant. So
Really?
yeah, no, just protecting myself. It's important.
Are men though, and this is like I was saying with just Russell Simmons and the things that are coming up, I'm sure a lot of it because, I mean, according to him, he's saying unequivocally this is all untrue. I've never had sex with anybody that it wasn't consensual. And I find some of these allegations to be hurtful.
Right, right.
But I truly believe that he was living as a perv and kind of like a jerk in that way and didn't know it. Or was okay with it.
No one is denying that things like this happen. It happens, okay? Like there are men that are pigs. It's natural. Like it's always going to be the case. But there's always going to be extorters too, and unless you have ways of monitoring and protecting yourself, then you're always going to where's the truth at the end of the day, right? Like you don't know this for sure. So.
Well, this is it, and he's always talking about
Her word
the fact that he shouldn't be. Yeah. Okay. Her word against his. It's very scary.
Yeah.
Very
Guys don't wanna
scary.
speak up for what they've been through, you know? What if some guy's been through some crazy shit? Who's gonna believe him? With all this.
There's plenty of guys that get away with it too, and that's why women should protect themselves too. Look, it can go both ways. There's plenty of people that are convicted wrongfully, and the list goes on and on with them, and vice versa, right? Exactly. There's plenty of guys that get away with it when they shouldn't, and that's wrong too. So,
Should we save judgment until like some of these cases actually go to trial and like?
Of course.
Right.
These types of things are so subjective. What is offensive and abusive to one person is a pretty damn good night to somebody else. So where's that line, right? I think it's important to save judgment, or maybe not reserve judgment at all, unless you're perfect.
Right.
Right? I think these things need to be discussed in the proper way, and then a decision needs to be made. But to just convict someone blindly because someone said something, not to discount it, but like I said, it's a very subjective thing.
Yeah.
Depending on which way the wind blows, it's assault or it's a pretty good first date.
Right.
There's no way to discern the difference except for that individual, right? So depending on their experiences before that time, I can't be responsible for everything that ever happened to somebody, ever.
It's true.
But I would say there's a little bit of perv in all of us, right? We can't just walk around doing and saying, the things that we
and then not to
do in
mention,
public, in private.
girls love attention. Women love attention. So What are you saying? You're gonna dress provocative. You want guys to look at you.
Oh no!
I'm just saying.
That's why I kept my mouth shut
I'm
on
not
this.
saying to go rape anybody. My point is the women are not innocent in all this, right? Because there's situations. I've been in situations like that where the girl's coming on to you and you're not into it. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not into her like that, right? So that could be the case with a lot of these rape allegations too, right?
Yeah, I think that is the case.
Yeah.
A lot of times he's coming on, it's too strong, they're
Right.
not attracted, he's sending balloons, he's just being
Right.
like, you know,
Right.
relentless. And he's seeing it as like, oh, I'm
This
that
girl.
relentless guy that gets whatever I want. And
Right.
they're like, no, this guy is like a flipping
Right?
predator.
I mean, if someone equates balloons to rape, then they got a big problem. You
No,
know?
he sent balloons, but then one day he picked her up and refused to bring her home. Drove
well, that's
her
kidnapping.
To, drove her to
That's
his
different.
place.
Like, is that what really happened though?
Yeah,
Like,
these
it's
are the
just-
things that happen.
But
these
but
the
these
things
are
that
these are
happen.
allegations. Though.
These are
There's
the
no truth
allegations. These
to
are the
any of it yet.
allegations.
Right.
And he's, according to him, he just remembers it differently. He
Right.
remembers it differently.
And he's allowed to do that. Like, what? He's lying? So who's lying then? Oh, the girl's not lying. There's no way she's lying. Like,
I
come on,
know
man.
there are times when, and it's funny because one of the women that complained about him said this. Sometimes you're just too polite to complain. Sometimes you're uncomfortable in the person's space and you're just too polite to say it.
So what, you're gonna wait till how many years later to come and talk about it?
Sometimes you might even not like the person and end up like having slept with them. Being coerced into
Right.
having sex
Right.
with them.
Because you were drinking, you regret it the next day, and then you're like, oh my god, I feel like I was raped. I didn't even want to sleep with that guy,
One
but we were
woman
drinking.
said-
and-
But the thing is,
She
that's your
blacked
how
out.
easy
Next
it
thing you know, she's in
responsibility.
his hot tub.
Drink responsibly. Also, choose. You know.
And
I've never woken up in any hot tub.
I didn't wake up on a hot tub. I didn't wake up on a guy's lap, and none of this ever happened. You know?
But I've seen girls at the club. I've been to the club and seen girls get pissed drunk, right? And then just grab any guy and just start making out with them. The guy's grabbing on. I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what is that? Is that rape? But the girl initiated it though. The girl started coming on to him. The guy's like, oh my god, this girl's kissing me. I'm gonna grab her up, right? Is that what is that? Is that rape? Who got raped there? Was it the guy that got it molested? Or you know what I'm saying?
so are you guys feeling picked on a bit as men?
For sure.
I don't think it's like you're picked on as men as much. I can't really generalize, but at the same time, like you gotta be like there has to be some form of law that if you make some form of allegation like this and it's unfounded,
Yeah.
okay, or it's completely fictitious, there has to be some penalty for this person too. Like I haven't heard of, it might have happened, but I haven't heard of any guy that like or any lady that made an allegation like this and then afterwards went to prison for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever.
So there should be a penalty for false allegations.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and you have to clean up the mess because like there's one guy on this street apparently that fired a girl, and then afterwards everyone on Facebook is talking about this store. This guy is now has allegations against him for sexual abuse, and he may be found innocent. It's possible, okay,
Yeah.
but good luck getting that guy's business back on track.
Yeah.
This guy will lose his family, will lose his livelihood, and
Public opinion.
by the time the truth comes out, and this girl will go home free, and that's the end of that.
Well, this is what's scary, and this is why,
Happens here.
like, the Tavis Smiley thing made my ears stick up. If we know that we're getting rid of people like this, if we dismount any kind of investigation against them,
Right.
well, of course people are going to start
Of course.
taking
It's that
advantage
easy?
of that,
That easy?
right?
And we're going back 30 years and stuff. I can't remember what I was doing 30 years ago. Like, if you bring me some chick, I probably wouldn't even recognize her that I went out with 30 years ago. Like, come on. That's ridiculous, I think. I think there should be some kind of, like, statute of limitation on this type of stuff, man. If you get raped, and they need to talk about that on the TV. If you've been raped or you feel uncomfortable in a situation, call somebody. You don't gotta call the cops or nothing, but talk to somebody about it. Don't just take it and go home and wait
a lot
30
of
years
the women
and then
had
talk about it
actually
after.
told friends and stuff like that, which is cool.
Like the rules and regulations are different state by state, which doesn't make it any more, doesn't make it any easier for someone to pursue
No.
justice or clear their name, kind of thing.
Well,
Why
you're-
might somebody not want to speak up? Why
Oh,
might
just their
somebody
shame?
keep that secret?
There's embarrassment, there's shame attached to it. They feel like maybe they're, you know, maybe they're partially to blame. Maybe they feel like, I don't know, for all different kind of reasons.
But you want it to like all fall like that, you know?
It's tough to say why someone does and doesn't do something right unless you experience that for yourself, but I can understand why people might not.
Yo, there's a lot of guys locked up right now for domestic that never really happened. There's tons of guys locked up in jail right now for domestic that never happened. Because they're yelling, he probably said something to her, and she called the cops, and he's got to go to jail. And that's how the law is, right? The man has to go to jail. Nothing different. These women are, I'm not saying they didn't get molested or assaulted. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying in a lot of cases, women are crying wolf. You know what I'm saying? It never really happened, or it didn't happen the way they wanted it to. I'm sure that's the case.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people celebrating Christmas parties and a lot of stuff happening this weekend here. I want all you guys to be safe when you're traveling. Make sure that you don't drink and drive. And if you are drinking, make sure you have a designated driver so you can arrive alive. Peace. Cut and run.
This is Pete Cutter from Cut and Run. Thank you for watching another week of Chop Talk. Please subscribe.
I did it.